All right, hang on.
Dusty plains and broken dreams, Cowboys and Indians on the same team. We got no masters, only our creed to break the chains and set us free. Riders on the prairie, wild and free, bows and arrows, cold 45's decree. No more tyranny, no more lies. Under open skies we rise. Fight, fight, fight till we reclaim the night. Cowboys and Indians in the blazing light. Fight, fight, fight till the dawn is near. We'll never live in fear. On the blood moon, we all unite. Horse hooves thunder in the night. No longer slaves to the empire's might. Strength in numbers, strength in rise. On the blood moon, we unite. Horse hooves thunder in the night.
What is happening, my beautiful tribe of patriots? I know that it has been a while. It is now April 30th. We've taken about 2.5 weeks off, which has been interesting. I know that you had a couple of interesting weeks. I know that I've had a couple of interesting weeks. First things first, Steve, how you doing today?
Dude, I am stupendous right now.
Wow. All right. You're going to start off with big words, huh?
Yeah. Stupid Indus. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm good, buddy. How about
you? I'm doing good, man. It felt like a kind of a much needed break. We pushed hard for a long time, with no breaks in between. And the weirdest thing happened is that when we decided that it was a good time to take a break, take a step back, kind of reflect on everything, relight that passion, that's when we got targeted for swattings. And it wasn't just random targeting. I mean, you were targeted on one night, and then the next night I was targeted.
right? Coincidence?
What the hell?
Not. I know it's not like,
Yeah.
I was going off on the trannies and all this other stuff. I was going ham on them. No, I was just like, we're gonna take, take a little time off. Kind of self-reflect. And boom, next thing I know, I'm getting searched with a shotgun in my face.
That sucks for you. My swatting actually went really well. So we'll dig into this a little bit. Yeah, I had the wherewithal to, notify the authorities ahead of time, and it actually. So when the swattings first started, like a month and a half ago, I had called the police then, or I called the non-emergency number to notify and get into my record, saying that, it's a possibility, because there were a lot of followers that were messaging me saying, hey, take some precautions. And we were talking to Mike Engelman about this and the Bearded Patriot, like what do you do to prepare and best prevent the worst case scenario of someone getting shot or, having your house broken into by the police at night randomly. Exactly. And so I heeded those warnings, and the same night that you got swatted, actually, my old address was called in for an event like that. So they actually tried to target me the same night, but they failed.
Wow.
And then, you guys suck at your job. Yeah, anyway, the next day, I started getting deliveries under my name. And it was to my old address, and it was to family members, specifically like my wife's family. They were being targeted, even the ones that live out of state, which was weird. And so I had called that number again saying, hey, somebody decided to find my phone number. They doxed it online, and now they're sending these deliveries out under my name, or not even under my name, but under my phone number. And so it's possible that they're trying to basically track down my house and figure out where I live. So chances are that I'm going to get swatted. And I was right, because that night at 12:30, I got a call from dispatch. They're like, "Hey, I'm looking at your history, and are you in any kind of distress at all?" And this is, 12:30. I just wake up and like, no, like I was sleeping.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, so your name is Maurice, and you haven't shot yourself, or you haven't shot your wife, and been trying to shoot yourself. I'm like, nope, that's definitely not a thing. So, what's up, Steve? A different kind of Steve.
Probably much cooler.
Yeah, man. So, and then, for the next couple of days, I kept getting targeted for pizza deliveries and was able to get my phone number blacklisted. So that kind of just died off. But I mean, I guess it's just one of those things where I praise God that I took the necessary steps to prevent any kind of tragedy from happening, because, I got a couple of dogs that are very protective, and I always have a gun on or near me. So, some people breaking into my house, police or not, at 12 o'clock at night is not going to go good. So, but the police handled it really well. Dispatch handled it perfectly. They called me. I spoke to the deputy, and they're like, okay, we'll keep an eye out for this. So I don't really see that as a threat anymore, even though it's possible that it can happen again. But I mean, what's it going to be? A phone call? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So I kind of had like a similar situation, maybe. Well, beforehand, I tried to call my sheriff's office, and this deputy that I talked to was a douchebag, and he was like, "Well, what do you think you could be a threat for?" I'm like, "Do you even know what swatting is? Like anything, bro." Like, he's like, "Why do you think you?" Well, I talk about trans and all this other shit online, and people get pissed off, whatever. And then, lo and behold, that night it happened or whatever. So I talked with PD that was over there. There was like different sheriffs, local and state police that were there. So it was a pretty large presence. But anyways, I was like, did y'all not see the notes or anything? And they're like, what notes? And I'm like, that motherfucker. So so I'm like, okay, I bet he believes me now. You know what I mean? So anyways, I got that squared away. Now I'm working with the feds, and a lot of things are coming to fruition right now. And notice how everything's kind of dropped off. So, and actually I reached out to Dan Bongino, and I wrote him like I was swatted and all that stuff. Even Ken Paxton, I wrote to him, and Ken Paxton's like, hey, give me your number. I'm going to talk to you. But he kind of goes to me. But he's also running for Senate. So I understand his time is probably like ridiculously taken right now. But yeah, Dan Bongino also reached out to me, which, I mean, obviously he doesn't have DMs on his government account, but he was like, hey, sorry for the delay. Sorry it happened to you. Let me know. He's like, contact your local FBI office, obviously, what everybody's did already in the past. But he also said, reach out to me and let me know the details of the case. I will be watching. And that was right before Dan made a post about the swatting. And then now Kash Patel yesterday, they got eyes on, dude. It's something's cooking. I'll just say, let them cook.
Let them cook. Yeah, pass along the information. Let them cook. But in the meantime, make sure that you are well defended, and your everything that you can have in order is in order. I mean, that's probably the most important thing that you can do.
Yeah, for sure, man. So now obviously the sheriff's office made the notes in the dispatch, and they're like, well, yeah, we're going to have to respond. Well, I'm like, oh, well, obviously, but you don't need to come out and like fucking rack a shotgun shell right in front of my face while I'm getting searched this next time. All right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
chill, guys. Yeah. You know, what's funny is like when I had initially had that conversation, I was like, I don't know exactly how to say this, but like, I'm more than likely going to be targeted. They're like, well, have you received any specific threats? I'm like, I've received like thousands of threats. I don't know which ones are serious or not. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Or they're even American or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not sure. People say crazy stuff every day. Every time you speak out against trannies or just the LGBTQ community in general, or Ukrainians, you know, the fact that we support Ukrainians, and now like the biggest thing is like, don't insult Israel, the Israeli government in any way, shape, or form. It's gotten like way overboard to the point where it's like you're not. Anytime you speak against the narrative that they want, or that they want pushed out, and this goes for Democrats and Republicans, by the way, because I know down in your state, Texas, Greg Abbott they're coming out with this bill that's like, if you're against the Israeli government, then you're against America. And I was like, I mean, the craziest thing is that like I wanted to avoid this entire conversation for so long because I'm skeptical of our own government, right? There's no way that I am going to trust a foreign government. I don't care who they are, and I don't have anything against the people there, but damn, like, why are you trying to say that, like, if I'm as skeptical of their government as I am our government, that makes me an anti-Semite? Like, fuck you. I don't care what you have to say against that. So, okay, Gizmo, this is actually something. Texas trying to criminalize memes. Go ahead.
Date failing. It's a shit. He's a Republican, right? He's supposed to be Speaker of the House of Texas, but they're trying to. I think it passed the House and it's up for Senate. I've been kind of a little away from politics a little bit the last couple of weeks and just posting like other things, but I've been kind of keeping up a little bit in the loop. But it's Greg Abbott's never going to sign off on it. However, if Texas wants to fuck around, they're going to find out because I will be posting fucking memes. I'm not slapping a government watermark on this shit. I'm just straight up like, it's insane.
I looked into this bill a little bit. I kind of a cursory glance over it because obviously somebody sent it to me and they're like, holy shit, like they're actually trying to ban memes. And from my understanding of the bill so far, it is strictly political, like deep fakes that they're banning, that you pay for as an advertisement. So it's like if the Trump campaign put out a deep fake of Kamala Harris, and paid to advertise that would be illegal. It's not like you're random anybody creating content on the internet. It is paid for political deep fakes. That was my interpretation of it. So I don't actually see it as like necessarily a bad thing because deep fakes, AI is getting crazy good. Yeah, and we're going to have some kind of defense against this. And there's a lot of people with a lot of money that can create this shit a lot better than we can. And so if there is a barrier if there's a barrier to stop, like, people need to know what's real and what's not. And that's kind of our job, right? Is to sift through the nonsense and kind of get down to the boiling point, and also make fun of the tyrants while we do it.
Right. Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that, man. AI, like, I think it was a few years back, I saw an actual full length music video, and this was a couple of years ago. I'm sure now, dude, it's just insane. Like, because the thing about AI is, like, everything that people feed into it, it just continuously expounds on how good it can get. And, like, okay, maybe I do sort of agree with this, but obviously I haven't read too much into the bill and like actually divulge and see exactly what they were trying to make illegal. But I guess pump the brakes right now, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there is a good reason to sound the alarm, and at least make sure that it is not infringing on political memes, right? Because sometimes these laws can be exploited by tyrants in order to persecute regular everyday Americans. So it is good that people are out there right now kind of sounding the alarm about this, but at the same time, we are going to need some kind of regulation on paid for advertisements against your political opponents, because otherwise nobody's going to know what's real. I mean, we already have a hard enough time with the media taking clips out of context, and like the most obvious example is the very fine people on both sides hoax. that Trump, that there's literally still people to this day that believe that Trump said that the neo-Nazis were very fine people. To this day, there's still people that believe that. And so if we have little clips like that being made by the political class and sending it out there, paying for it just to be, sent out into the wilderness, that would go in. I mean, people would download it and then share it, and then it would be a complete mess. So yeah, there has to be, or the MS troll. What's up, man? Or the MS-13 tattoo. Yeah, I mean, troll.
Did you catch that?
He wants to fight you?
Yeah, he said he wants to get in the ring. He doesn't want that smoke. But anyways, yeah, dude. So like, I mean, yes, we have to sound the alarm on anything that could be perceived potentially as like a First Amendment infringement. Only because we know how the government operates, and these bills are not, dude. They're just shoved with a whole bunch of pork and bullshit, and they always scoot something in there, some sort of verbiage that will be used against you. Not if, it's when. So obviously, yes, absolutely. I honestly, being a Texan, I need to really look into this and really see, who's supporting this and who's, just the nuances behind it and all that. So, but yes, at least I don't know where I was going with that, but anyways,
at least, well, so, at least we have, people that are out there, sounding the alarm on the potentials of what a bill like that could bring. Because if this is a scenario where, like that, I can't remember his name, where he shared, make sure to vote on November.
Oh, the Hillary
6th. Yeah. Where he shared that meme to like 700 people or something, an insanely like not viral meme post that he spent years in prison for. If it can be used for something like that, then that's a bad thing, and we need to stop that. But if it is strictly for paid advertisements in political races against your opponents that is stopping these deep fakes, then I mean, we have to have defense against that, because I mean, with how much time that just we've spent on the internet, Steve, talking, I'm sure that they could recreate our voices and using our video and make us say things that we didn't say. I mean, it's already to that point where it would be difficult to distinguish between the two if it is just like a cursory glance or a small clip.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna point out, you guys that are watching, you better not create a deep fake of us right now. All right, I'm just calling it right now. Right?
That's just inviting them to do it. Now we're screwed.
I have some really kick-ass followers. So, but anyways, I guess one of the biggest stories today on this platform is a lot of people got demonetized today, like tens of thousands of people. And I mean, I didn't make a public post about it because, one, like I don't know, I didn't want to really get into the weeds about all that stuff, but I can understand the frustration because, about 6 or 7 months ago, I was demonetized on X, but it was for a different reason. I was continuously, I guess, reported by the left. And I totally understand the frustration behind it. I just want to let you guys know, like, I get it. But, it could be something with the platform, how they're trying to get rid of AI. Because there were, I think, several 100 million bots that were removed from X over the last few months. So I would just give it time. I wouldn't overreact just yet, and it's easier said than done. But, my heart goes out to you guys. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel as if I've been demonetized because of the bots that have been taking up the revenue and, exploiting the system. And it like when my very first check on X was matched by my very last check that I got from X, it was the same as the very first check that I ever earned. And that was when I had 50,000 followers. And, you know, I don't even know how many views I was getting or impressions or, you know, anything like that. But I've gotten down to the point where I'm making $200 to $300 every 2 weeks now. And so with how exploited this system has gotten, like, I know that there's people right now that are frustrated that they've gotten demonetized, but at the same time, it's like everybody has that feeling because there's almost no point in doing, you know, if you're trying to make money on X, there's no way to actually do it unless you have millions of followers, which, I mean, I have 200,000 followers. That's nothing to, you know, I mean, that's a lot of people. And, you know, I feel as if I should be able to create or make more money from that. But at the same time, I also I slowed way down on posting and like, you know, I've taken a break for the past couple of weeks for the most part. You know, I've been ignoring the sponsors and hey, if Matt's watching this, I'm going to make that video soon. You know, cause Shop with America. Yeah. He's been reaching out to me and I've been like, I haven't done what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I've literally just pushed everything to the side and it was like, I just need to pull back for a little while because all the frustration that I was feeling, it was kind of coming to a boiling point. Yeah. Where I don't want to just do this because it's a paycheck. I don't want to do this in pursuit of money. I want to do this because I feel as if there's an important part of the culture that I can contribute to and actually affect change. And I don't want to lose sight of that. So I had to pull back and kind of stop caring, just go back to my regular job, just put in work and get my mind right again. Yeah. And those bastards decided to try and swat me during that time. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I do get frustrations too, you know, but it is what it is. But like at the end of the day, like it's social media. You do not have to get paid, you know, and like I just want to have fun. I mean, if I'm able to cover whatever X subscriptions I pay for every month and my actual X premium subscription, then I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Just because, like, if that's all if you're going to dwell on that portion, then you've kind of lost the plot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the intention for social media is to be social, make friends, make connections, which I made so many connections in the couple of years that I've been on X. Forever grateful for that stuff. And I'm just going to continue to have fun and try to make as many friends as possible, spread the good word. And I mean, honestly, Trump just won this. I mean, he's getting a lot of heat, even from Rand Paul on the whole terror situation. So we still have work to do, guys. We still have this country that we need to correct. And some people are frustrated with Trump. You know, it kind of is what it is right now. At least it's not fucking Kamala. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, oh my God, imagine right now. Like, dude, honestly, if Kamala was elected or she stole the 2024 election and we got swatted, imagine, would the FBI be doing anything for us right now? No, absolutely not. They would be sitting on it, because I read an article about Cat Turd. Whenever he got swatted his first time, the feds sat on all that information for 2.5 fucking years, bro. 2.5 years, and then they made that arrest. They knew who it was, and they sat on it. So there are a lot of communists still out there, and we need to fight back against them. That's what we need to focus on right now.
Hell yeah. And I mean, this was one of the things that, you know, I wanted to, with this break, to get my mind right, was to kind of refocus and figure out, you know, I could post every day, you know, about Trump still, but for the most part, I just want to let him cook, just let him go to work. But you know, there's also portions where I have to, voice my opinion on a lot of the you know,
Yep.
if I disagree with something, but I really don't like, and this is going to sound so funny coming from me, and I know how it looks, because like the headdress that I made, you know, it's Make America Great Again. It looks like I'm a diehard Trump fan. You know, will never criticize him, like he's the greatest, he's the one. You know, and there's a lot of good things. Like I definitely support Trump. There's a lot of great things about him, but I'm really not into the kind of idol worship that I see a lot. And it frustrates me. It's like this kind of the same reason why I don't wear like many years ago I stopped wearing like NFL jerseys, because it felt weird like having somebody else's name on my back. You know, it felt like I didn't like, it felt like idol worship, and I really don't like that, because at the end of the day, Trump is still a billionaire, and he's now part of the machine. So I have to inherently, like, I feel inherently skeptical of the government in general. So whether or not Trump is the one in control, because you know for a fact that he is not in full control, because there's a lot of actors that are out to get him and will do everything to undermine him. So even if Trump has the right intentions, I still have to be skeptical of everything that he does, and everything that is implemented. I feel the need to be skeptical of it. So I've kind of turned from being, you know, trying to get everybody on board to supporting Trump, to now it's like I'm pulling myself back and not trying to do this idol worship thing where, like, you know, I mean, people were sharing memes of Trump being on like Mount Rushmore and shit, and I'm like, hey, like, chill with that shit, guys. You know, he hasn't, like, it's been 100 days since he got in office, or it's like 104 now. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
There's been a lot of proposed changes and some things happening, but I still haven't seen the Epstein list. That's probably the most important thing that I want to come out of this administration, is the Epstein list in its entirety. And I will never let that up, because if we do, then we don't have a country. Then we have blackmailed puppets acting as representatives. And I don't believe that our country can function that way.
No, I agree, man. I honestly, I think the reason why it hasn't been released yet, because I think it would just be a complete shock to the system. A lot of people are saying, oh, Trump's trying to cover himself from being on it, or whatever, fucking QAnon, blue Anon, I mean, type stuff. But I think once that stuff gets released, it's going to be probably it's probably going to be the biggest story of the year, in my opinion. So
it'll be the biggest story of the century.
Yeah. I mean, 25th year into the century, but yeah. I don't think a lot of people are prepared for it, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people are like saying, oh, release the Trump or the Epstein client list. But I don't think a lot of people understand what's going to entail behind it, because once that gets released, and if I think there's going to be a lot of celebrities, politicians, and all that stuff on there, and there's going to be a lot of distrust in the system, even more than now. And there may be even some civil unrest, dude. I'm on it. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to go on. But anyways, back to what you were saying over the last few weeks. Yeah. So I've kind of taken my account a little different, man. I post some of the important stuff. I do feel like there's a lot of people right now that are doing a lot of political, and that still, and there's a lot of repetition. You know, I'll see the same story from like 6 or 7 different people. So I'm like, I don't want to necessarily be like that. I'm not a breaking news type person, or, you know, person that can actually gather information really quick, like Nick Sorter, you know, people like that. So I've kind of taken a different approach where I just want to have fun. You know what I mean? If I find interesting videos online, I'll share them. Humor, I think a lot of humor is kind of lost right now. I don't know. And my account's actually done pretty decent lately. Because I don't know. Maybe I got a little political burnout, or just, I don't know. I just felt like, you know what? Like, what am I doing? Like, me personally, I love to laugh, dude. I love to laugh. Like, all day. Like I got fucking crow's feet because I squint so much from laughing, you know? So that's where I really
old man.
Yeah. Actually,
I mean, so do I. You can see.
You probably just got some Asian influence, but anyways, I'm just messing with you. I don't know. I'm just making shit up as I go. But anyways, like I like to, yeah, man, I just want to laugh and just have fun. And, you know, just, I can get Botox. No, thank you. I am a man. You're welcome.
Well, I mean, a lot of men, like you look at Matt Gaetz and you see the changes that he's done. He's probably got some Botox and shit there too. But it's like, you know, I'm gonna embrace getting old, man. That's one of the things I'm like really looking forward to. Is like I'm gonna get wrinkles. I'm gonna get gray hair, and you know, every bit of that is earned. You don't just get that, all right? That comes over time, and I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be 41 and oh my God. Dude, like 9 days. Yeah, 9 days. I'll be 41. But yeah, I've been like touching up my beard with like dye and stuff. Got a guest speaker in?
Yeah, my son. He just got a haircut.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I'm trying to age a little more gracefully.
Come here, boy.
Look at that.
Here's my son, Raylan. Yeah. He's got a mullet now. I might have to get a mullet.
Just yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, dude,
well,
just imagine, Mo, like we're on this podcast like 30 years from now, and your luscious locks are all gray and white.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that boy. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's cool.
Spent a lot of time with him over these past couple of weeks, which is nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's been nice not to have to worry about you know, the podcast and everything. Because believe it or not, you know, it does take up a lot of time to invest into you getting the podcast ready and then you know, actually doing it and scheduling other things and then working with the sponsors appropriately like we should in order to make, you know, I complain about not making money and then I don't hold up my obligations to the sponsors that are trying to like, they're like, hey, I'm trying to make you money. And I'm like, all right. But like, I forget and, you know,
oh,
yeah,
man.
you know.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be posting probably a photo, maybe a video or something. But John Rich's team reached out to me, and I've got a free bottle of their whiskey, Redneck Riviera. So I'm gonna do a little product review.
Dude, that's probably what UPS wanted it signed for. They needed a signature. They stopped by my house, and UPS just they just like knocked on the door and then left. And didn't even give us a chance to answer it, and then so, but yeah, I got the same thing. So we could do like maybe a joint video.
All right,
or a single. It doesn't matter really. but,
yeah,
but
maybe I could do one where I'm like take a thing and then like hand it to you, and it goes to another screen, and you take it.
There you go. That's how to do it.
It's bringing friends together from across the nation. Boom. Marketing genius. Oh my God. Retarded.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's all right.
Oh God.
It's okay. Hey, wait, so what are you doing for your birthday?
Shit. Probably nothing, dude. It's just another day. Maurice drank it already. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I was supposed to do a review on this thing.
I got to fill it with apple juice or some shit. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, probably not much, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I might go to Top Golf. I don't know. Maybe get on the third balcony. You know what Top Golf is?
Yeah, it's a white people thing.
What?
What?
It's a what?
So, dude, I got so many people asking like for that post where they're like, the only thing that bugged me about this post is that you spelled white wrong, and I'm like, no, it's what. It's not white. It's what. So what, man? You know,
Hot power.
the Caucasian shirt.
Oh my god, dude! I really got to get a anti-commie. It's May 9th. It's my birthday next Friday. I really got to get a Redskin shirt. Like now, I have to get one.
Okay. Well, no. What we have to do, Steve, is we got to. So I was talking to this lady who has like a family business, and they make T-shirts, and so we need to send her a design for like a pale skin shirt and a red skin shirt. Or like white. I don't know if you want white skin or red skin or Caucasian, but Caucasian, it's like that's a cool shirt, but it doesn't put the emphasis out there. Oh, and so
dude, maybe instead of maybe it should just be like engines, and then do like crackers or something. Dude, we can make this like really
engines and crackers.
Awesome.
Yes,
engines and crackers.
Yeah.
No, hey, dude, it's not crackers. It's crackers. I want my hard R.
Oh, drop the hard R.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm serious. But so I'll reach out to her. We need to make some designs. I'm gonna send a couple to you, and then I'll send it off, and so that way we can actually wear them, and then we can sell it because, like. Thousands of people were like, "Where do I buy this shirt?" And I was like, "Son of a bitch! Like, it's not my shirt, so I'm not gonna advertise where to buy this thing."
No.
You know?
Yeah. That's bad for business.
So, yeah, it's terrible. So I was like, "Oh shit! All right, maybe I should reach out to a company and actually get some shirts made, and we can have like on the front it'll say like crackers, you know, and then but on the back it'll have our Cowboys and Indians." Logo on there and everything. So
yeah, dude, that's legit. I like that idea. Yeah, let's work with that after the show.
So not only can we brush up against racism, but we can promote our podcast at the same time.
Exactly, and we just have maybe put a QR code on the back where they can get to our X profiles or something. Look at that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
that's how it's done.
Anyways, man. So
I guess
last couple weeks, what else is going on, man? I know. Everybody was all butthurt about Trump wearing a blue suit to the Pope's funeral.
Dude, correcting those stories is so tiresome. It is. I mean, the picture that they used had like 9 people in it, and they were all wearing black suits around Trump. And then you zoom out just like a little bit, and then there's just blue suits everywhere.
Like literally pan out like a foot. And you can
Dude, I know
these guys are insufferable, man.
It's and it's
Trump.
It's almost to the point where I would like to just say you guys are too stupid to actually figure this out on your own. So suffer in your own shit. You know, that's kind of, I'm getting to that point. I don't want to just abandon everybody, you know, who's not like politically aligned with me. But there are some stories like that where it's like, you know what? I can't spend my time debunking basic shit like this that is so unbelievably obvious as long as you do a modicum of research on your own. If you are just a teensy bit skeptical and you looked at any other photo of that entire funeral, you would see how many people actually wore blue suits. And then it would click, like if you had, you know, independent thought, click in your head like, wait a minute, why are there so many people, including Biden, wearing a blue suit? And they just pointed out Trump.
I wonder. Dude, yeah, it's just that's the kind of bullshit that I've like gotten really tired of. And it's just like I'm focused on my party. Like that's why I joined the Rhino Removal Project, because we have issues within our own party. There's no, dude, honestly, like those people are so far gone. There's no like, there's no light bulb that's ever going to go on for them. So what is even the point? You know what I mean? Like just, oh, I got you. Oh, look at you lying. They're going to continue to do it. So it doesn't really matter. It's just like beating your head against a brick wall. It doesn't matter. But however, we do need to make changes within our own party, because there are a lot of issues within our own party. All these rhinos, we do have a major issue. And there's some recent developments within the Rhino Removal Project that I'm not privy to tell everybody, but things are moving, guys. Get ready.
Oh, also, on a separate note, I did join. I'm an ambassador for Heterosexual Awesomeness Incorporated. So
how can you be an
that's going to be really
for
cool.
a hetero group when you're such a fag? I'm just kidding. I'm just playing, bro.
Well, no, it's this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually really looking forward to some of the stuff that we're going to be doing. So for the most part, I pulled back and I mean, if you go back and you look at my early YouTube videos, like a lot of the shit that I was saying is like the same shit that I say now. But it was always like, I want to promote being a family man. I want to promote being a father, being a leader in the household, promote love of God, you know, bring God back into the household and several other things in that nature. And working with Mark over in Idaho, he started up this company. Yeah, Old State Saloon. So last year during Pride Month, they held their own event during that entire month, which was Hetero Awesomeness Month. And I actually drove there with my wife. I met Mark, and he's a really, really good guy. Right. Absolutely awesome. Like what I believe in everything that he's doing, because it aligns virtually with exactly what I wanted to do, which was promote family values and directly point out the freaking demons that are targeting children to groom them and to transition them and to sterilize them and all of that. I want to actually expose this shit, shine a light on all of it. And that's what Mark wants to do. So I'm really excited for that. They're actually hosting an event on the June 20th and 21st at the Idaho State Capitol. There will be a Hetero Awesomeness event there for those 2 days. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I will be there. My wife will be there. And we're going to show, we're just going to have a good time. And it's not going to be strictly like, we're not going to go there and just bash the gays. It's not what it's about. It's, it's about bringing back being a father and a husband and how important those roles are, because our society has forgotten that. And I mean, Elon Musk just came out the other day and was talking about societal collapse because nobody's having kids. Like the amount of kids, it's gone from like Gen X had like 72 million people in it. Millennials had like 69 million. So it's a small drop off, but Gen Z has like 42 million. Like, it's insane. There's a giant drop off.
That's interesting.
And so what's going to happen is by the time you and I get to retiring age, there's going to be no young people. So we're going to have to work until we die.
Yeah, I think that issue is going on in, I think Japan, I believe.
It's all over the world. It's all over.
But even like even worse than us, though. I don't know if they have enough workforce, I believe, just because of the birth rates being so low. But yeah, something's got to be done about that, brother. I did see that the Texas one is part of the group too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Who else do you know off the top of your
Ian
head?
Carroll.
Oh, okay.
So he's got a pretty big following. He's got like 800,000 followers, something crazy like that. And then maybe 1 million. I'm not sure. I haven't checked on him in a while. He hasn't followed me back, so I don't check his profile too much.
Block him.
Plus, he creates a lot of controversy, and
right.
There's just like a lot of the stuff that he talks about is just a fight that I'm not necessarily in. And so it's just one of those things that like I don't really give a shit about either way. It's like I just don't care about Israel. I don't care about Gaza. I don't care about any of that stuff over there. I don't trust them. I don't care about them. They can all fuck off. We just need to stop sending our money over there. End of story.
Exactly. That's where I'm at. That's the principle behind America First, bro. It's just like keep our money. The True Patrol said Steve that following back and give him 24 hours, then abandon ship. Sorry, bro. Well, guess what? I'm gonna block you after the show. I don't even know his next handle. I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, man. what else has happened? I know there's a lot of. I think I DM'd you something about a Tesla, one of the domestic terrorists that lit up a dealership. Charges got dropped because the judge stated that the person did not get gender affirming care.
Excuse me? What?
Yeah, I DM'd it to you right before the show. I think Gunther had posted it, so
Okay. I'm pulling it up right now.
yeah. I believe it's a clip.
Yeah. Okay, it's been a little while since I've done this. So,
Drag it over.
we're gonna yeah. Oh, look at that. All right. Just kind of works.
Breaking
Okay, here we go.
The government wanted Owen McIntyre to
All right, hang on. I need to change something on my end.
spend the time before.
Okay.
I mean, I can hear it.
I know that you guys can hear it, but I can't hear it on my end. Okay, I just fixed it. All right, now I can hear it.
Priya and John, the government wanted Owen McIntyre to spend the time before trial behind bars, but the judge in Boston sided with the defense in this case, which cited multiple medical issues facing the 19-
All right, first of all, is this dude on drugs? Why the hell is he talking like this?
Dude, I don't know.
He sounds like he's really struggling. But
Yeah.
I'll listen to his words instead of how he says it, but it's weird.
18-year-old, including autism spectrum disorder, gender dysphoria, and ADHD. McIntyre's attorney argued the teen should be released citing serious and ongoing medical needs and treatments that could not or would not be provided while in federal detention. The
Okay.
defense filing says McIntyre is being treated for depression and since March has been receiving gender-affirming care. That care
Well, maybe the care helped incentivize them to go fucking crazy and light shit on fire. You ever think about that, guys?
SSRIs or something? Okay. Oh my God.
Okay.
will likely be interrupted or terminated in federal custody.
That's insane. That's straight up insanity.
Okay, so the charges weren't dropped. It was that got released instead of staying. But oh my God, whatever. Anything for gender affirming care, bro. I don't know.
So he's not being held because he believes he's a woman, and in the facility where they would hold him, they don't treat the gender affirming shit going on in his head, which, by the way, is a large part of the reason why they suffered this mental break in order to go and perform these terroristic acts, because when you are injecting yourself with all these crazy hormones, you're on SSRIs, and it's like, no wonder they're not thinking straight. You know,
Yeah, right.
in a way, I see these people as victims, but not to the point where they get to escape culpability of their actions. Right? They don't get to escape consequences of their actions just because they've drugged themselves to the point where they can't think straight, and where they have adults around them. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, absolute, like, because whenever I got out of the military, when I started going to the VA, what they do with a lot of soldiers that get out, or sailors, Marines, whatever you want to call them, is they hand out medications like candy. So like when I was going through my post-traumatic stress, I was on first SSRIs, then dopamine inhibitors. Bro, my mind was all over the fucking place. So I understand like why these people go crazy, because I was on them myself, and I haven't taken any of that crap for years now. And I just learned how to deal with my own stuff. You know what I mean? Without all of these, oh, dude, just that's garbage for your mind, bro. And it's kind of crazy how they're still kind of doing it. But that brings us back to the whole problem that we have with this country, the big pharmas, the big techs, the big everything, big government. It's the problem that's within our country, bro. And man, I don't know. I just kind of see, like, I think that's probably why I'm kind of taking a break from politics, because like I just see so much that's going wrong, and it's just like, what more can I do? Does that make sense? Like, I've said my piece. These people aren't changing, and that's why I'm only focusing on my party right now, because there's no reason, in my opinion, to reach across the aisle. I'm just, that's where I'm at.
And this is also why I joined Hetero Awesomeness Inc. is because we're going to start to promote exactly what made this country great, and that's the nuclear family. That is being a good husband and father, leader in your household, and eventually, once you set a good example in your household, you can set a good example for your community, and then branch out further. Like, it all starts at home. It always comes back to the nuclear family. Like, I guarantee that this guy's family situation is terrible. And even if he has like a mother and father in the house, and they're not divorced, let's say that they are like a middle class family, not divorced, I guarantee that the father is a cuck, and he failed as a father in so many ways because he let his son think that he's a woman. That's a failure as a father, by the way. If your son believes that he's a woman, then you failed as a father, and you need to take that L and fix it right away, because I mean, you've allowed your son to get compromised by the demonic forces of this world that have been specifically targeting children. Yeah. So it's that's something that I really want to target.
I don't even think like these family groups that are trans and their kids, I think they're all upper class. Because
for the most part,
think about it this way. Have you ever heard of, like, say, someone that's in Section 8 housing getting gender affirming care?
They can't afford it.
Exactly. So trans isn't a thing. Does that make sense? Like, maybe I'll do some research into that and see, like, if there's some sort of statistics on income to trans ratio. Does that make sense? Like, because that stuff is very expensive to do. Like, maybe these people are so freaking rich, like they're bored, and they're like, all right, let's experiment on our kid.
No,
you know
what I mean? What it is, it's social clout. So they use their children as social clout. Oh yeah, it's very bad. Oof. It's way worse than just being able to afford it. It is a form of social currency, and they are sacrificing their children in order to do this because, well, they don't know their roles, their gender roles. Okay, so they don't know their gender roles, and they don't know God, and so they sacrifice their children to gain a leg up on the competition. Because if everybody in the middle class is sacrificing their children, then and you believe that that's the right thing to do because the doctors, the psychologists, the culture itself is telling you that it's good to trans your child, then stupid, weak people are going to do it. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing dumb, feminized, weak people sacrifice their children for social clout. That's what this entire trans movement is.
It's like the latest trend. Like, bro,
yes.
The latest trend when I was in school was the Nike pumps. You know, the ones with the little basketball in the front of the shoe where you pump it up and it'll pump up air into your shoe. You're not old enough for that, are you? But like, that was the trends back then. Like, now it's like chopping your pecker off. The cool thing to do.
Well,
like,
we weren't into shoes, right? Like, I've never been into.
No. That's right, man. You're American Indian. You were barefoot. I'm sorry. I'm just playing with you.
No, man. We had boots. That's I grew up four-wheeling and like, you know, being out in the woods. So we didn't have Jordan. There were a couple people that like had Jordans at school, and they drove the rice grinders, and thought they were all idiots and whatever it is. But for the most part, all my group of friends, we all wore boots because it was like, if you buy nice shoes, they're going to get destroyed immediately. And it's like in summertime, we bucked hay. I mean, or I was working construction with my stepfather. Like it wasn't anything where like we could have nice shoes. I just didn't have that life.
And that reminded me of something. Oh man, I just had a distant memory, and I'm gonna tell you about it. So in high school, so I come
way back in the day, you guys.
Way back in the day. Oh my god, how many years ago did I graduate? Holy fuck, like almost 23 years ago. Anyways, so that's man, I didn't even think about that until just now. But anyways, so homecoming week, we had like, you know how homecoming week is. There's a different theme each day, right? And then what? Oh, this asshole said 1878. Get out of here. Anyway, so homecoming week, man. So we obviously each day had a different theme, and one was Western Day. So a couple of my buddies, they decided to, on horseback, they got an old Constanoga wagon, and they rode to school in that shit. But it was 3 guys, and their names were Brooks, Dunn, and Did. It was the most stupid shit ever, dude. Because Brooks and Dunn was like really popular back then, right? But oh my god, dude, it was funny though, just seeing them like going by the.
I remember getting their cassette tapes.
Oh, you remember cassette? I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised you remember that.
Yeah, no, dude. I remember when they came out with cassette tapes that could, because a lot of the cars that were around back then, I guess, when I was, just getting into driving, a lot of the cars still had cassette tape players. And I remember when they had cassette tape players that could hook up to like what is it? The iPod, right? Or your MP3 player. And it would actually play off of a cassette tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like, that, man, yeah, I remember those days. I also remember like the like CD players in a vehicle, and you would have this gigantic binder, with all the CDs, and you're flipping through. Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
Now it's like I just plug my phone in and go on Pandora or Spotify or whatever and find a station or whatever. I miss that.
People act like before cell phones there were no distractions in the car. It's like, no, that's not true at all. Because you had this giant binder that you're flipping through as you're driving with your knee, like trying to find what fucking CD to put over. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. People nowadays, like, I've been posting like a lot of nostalgia things, like old Kmart things or old Pizza Hut, like what it was like to go to 1990s Pizza Hut and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just been reminiscing on that, like, hit a bump and it skips. Oh my god. And don't ever get your CD scratched, because oh my god, that was the worst. And flushing them down the toilet doesn't work.
Or covering them with peanut butter. Do you remember that trick? Like when you got a CD scratch, you like put peanut butter on it, and like, no, that shit never worked. That was a lie.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. So I still have my big old CD binder somewhere in the garage. Oh my god, dude. And that thing, like legendary thick, like fucking 6-inch thick. Like put 1,000 CDs in here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, those are the days, bro. I miss it.
I still have one of those for all of my Xbox One games and my PlayStation 2 games that I've kept over the years, and I let my son play them every once in a while. So like I actually have one of those binders still that you can flip through, but it's all it's all like the early on video games that were, early on.
Oh right.
PlayStation 2 and Xbox One games, and I still have the consoles and everything. So like when my son has like sleepovers and shit, we don't let him really go on the internet much. So he'll play like a lot of the games that I played growing up. Like he'll have like dirt bike games and shit, but the graphics are like 20 years old and it's all janky. You know, the controllers are worn out. We play like N64 games and shit. Like we play Super Smash Brothers and stuff, which is like, dude, those games back then, I feel like were so much better just because there was like a point to them. Like my son loves Minecraft, and so do all his friends, but for some reason, like I saw him play Minecraft and I hated it because I felt like the system in place on Minecraft is like it's like a slot machine for the mind of a child. There's never anything like fully satisfying. There's no goal to go out there and complete. And once you're done, you're done. Yeah. It's like a never ending dopamine cycle that they're trying to like constantly pull you back in and engage more, stay engaged with this game. And I just really don't like that. So I set him up with like an N64. I'm like, there you go play Super Smash Brothers until you get bored, then go outside again.
Yeah, dude, Steve says we used to stay up all night playing GoldenEye. Dude, remember GoldenEye on 64?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, dude, you didn't want to be Shark, obviously, because it's the biggest target. But you would. Who was the little midget dude? How
did you aim the N64? So I don't have GoldenEye anymore, right? It's not in my collection of games, but I remember playing it growing up a lot. But the collection that I got when I was like 25, it didn't come with GoldenEye. So I have like Super Smash Brothers. I have like Mario Kart Racing, the Mario 64, and a Zelda, a bunch of other games, but I don't have GoldenEye. How do you aim in that game? I don't remember because there's only one analog stick,
side to side.
It's just strafe.
I believe, man, dude, it's been
so long.
Dude, like close to 30 years, 25, 30 years since I played it. So, like straight up, because we used to play that too, and it was like 20 years. No, 2005. Oh, maybe for him. But you did. If you get the golden gun, it's on, bro. Like, because that is one. Like, you shoot the dude in the foot, and it's on.
It's just strafing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Rooster, I did see your comment here about Angry Cop. So if you guys haven't watched that Unsubscribe podcast, I would recommend it. They exposed some serious issues going on in Buffalo, New York. They got basically slandered by the local news stations about it. But Rooster Talks here, I think it's probably a comment. Maybe I'll link it underneath on mine. But yeah, I did see your comment there. And everybody should go watch that. And you know, I don't know what you can do, but at least show them some support because there's been a lot of serious shit going on. And it kind of helps expose like what you have to go through in order to expose darkness. And this is kind of what Steve and I hit on early in the show. Is just there's definitely a when you get targeted for just exposing evil, and then you get targeted as the evil one, it takes a toll on you for sure. So if you can, go support them and go support Angry Cops. You know, check out his profile, let him know that he's doing the right thing. So just, you know, because the support, it really, really does help. So please do that. Go check out the Unsubscribe podcast with all the homies. You know, Brandon Herrera, Cody, you know, the donut operator, and then the fat electrician, Nick there, and then of course Eli. They had on Angry Cops, and they exposed a bunch of dark shit going on, and it's something that every parent needs to be cognizant of. Yeah, and in support of the ones who expose it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out right after this because I have no idea what's going on. So thanks for bringing that up, Bruce Talks.
It's dark, man. It's dark. You gotta.
Do I really want to go see it, or do I just? Ignorance is bliss. In
a way, yeah. But I mean, it's something that can happen anywhere. and you need to be cognizant of the
Okay.
darkness
Yeah, I'll
that
check it
these
out then.
schools have been going through to hide information from parents. So,
Ugh, fucking gross.
yeah.
That and it sucks. But anyways,
So
that time, brother.
we need to talk about our schedule a little bit because on Monday, our schedule on Monday, I'm actually going to be hanging out with the Pacific Northwest Gorilla guy. He's local in my area, so I'm not going to be able to make the podcast Monday. But you know, I don't know exactly how we're going to do the schedule from now on. But you know, I want to keep doing this and you know, get back into the groove of things and really start bringing you guys some high quality content again, and actually have discussions that aren't just about the politics of the day, because that stuff gets a little tiring. And
yeah, I like to cut up, like how I told you, like, you know, you didn't have shoes when you're younger because you're American Indian and you're barefoot. So I like it's fun because, I mean, obviously I'm not being for real about it. Well, maybe I am a little bit. Maybe it's just my white privilege coming out. But anyway, so, you know, I like to joke around, I like to have fun, and we do need to talk about important shit. What?
Speaking of not important shit, though, that post I made with that Caucasian shirt, so many people were upset that I wore socks outside. Like, they're oh yeah, dude, I got so much. Oh my gosh. And so this is what happened, right? The delivery came in. I got home from work. I took my boots off, and my wife was like, "Hey, we need to let the dogs out because they need to go pee." And I was like, "Okay." So I went outside. I just walked outside, you know, and then I put the shirt on, and then I took a picture, and that was it. And then people were like, "Guys, you're wearing socks outside. That's gross. How do you do?" And I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, it's not that big of a deal, guys. But I got thousands of comments. I mean, there's 29,000 comments on that post, and that's just the 1-for-1 comment. That doesn't include like the conversations that happened underneath, right? That's just like the direct comment. 29,000 comments, and thousands of them were, "Why are you wearing socks outside?" It's like, bro, I hadn't had the chance to like take them off yet. I literally got home, took off my boots. My wife was like, "Hey, we need to go outside." Opened up the package, put on the shirt, took a picture, and like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, apparently this is like a big deal. Like, before I went back inside, I had my socks off, you know, but like,
yeah,
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, that's insane.
Hey, you wore socks outside. Now you have to burn them. It's over. They're like throw them in the fucking washing machine. Like, golly. What's everybody getting on about?
See, here's out on the grass or on the porch. So I was on the porch, but I didn't want to take a picture in front of my porch, right? So I took like 3 steps out and turned so that way we could get like the beautiful nature in the background. And so I think, I don't know if I was on the grass. It was either the gravel or like I had just stepped into the grassy area. So I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, man, people were just like, I don't know. It was wild. It surprised me.
Oh, let me just type in what. I think I spelled it
What?
right. Wait.
And pull it
What the
up.
hell is it? Yeah, we need some confirmation on this because
Oh, okay. All right.
I can't find it.
I think I
don't know how to spell
bookmarked it.
white. Well, I don't know how to spell
HWITE. To my fellow white brethren.
You pulling it up?
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh. Apparently, check this out. So this is from Diligent Denizen. He says X is now sending out mass monetization reinstatement emails to many creators whose Rev 7 monetization had been paused as they reviewed their accounts. So interesting.
Well, hopefully they what the French?
Oh, here we go.
What?
Yes, you are. Here it is.
Yeah. So okay,
That is
I told you it was right on the barrier.
Damn,
I'll pull it up on
29,000
the big
comments.
screen. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
okay.
A lot. There was a lot of comments there.
That's crazy.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's like gravelly grass, okay?
Oh, now we're dealing with semantics. It's like, well,
Yeah,
that wasn't
yeah.
a fresh manicured lawn. You know, there's a little bit of gravel in there. So, honestly, I'll
can't-
socks outside.
I can't zoom in on the picture. It
I think they get the idea.
yeah. So okay. So there. That's what it is. That's all I did. I turned and took a picture so that way you could see the beautiful nature that I have there and not my ugly ass porch that is a double wide manufactured home porch. Instead you get beautiful nature and a chair looking at nature. So
Yeah.
a lot of people made comments on that chair. They're like, what is that chair pointing at? I'm like, the fucking woods, man. Sometimes it's nice to just look at all the nature you have because it's beautiful, right?
Should have been like that's at approximately 7:37 p.m. every night. Maurice, aka
Yeah.
Native Patriot, looks out into the woods and he does his chants many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
Like that.
Wait, hold on. I just lost comments. I'm down to 28,000 now. What happened?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Don't know, brother. X is kind of
I don't know
janky
either.
right now. So, whoa.
Oh,
whoa.
shit. I broke it.
Oh, I'm native. Go follow
Fuck,
me.
I don't even know.
Doug Adams. Oh, it's just me now. What are you doing?
I'm trying to
God.
fix it. All right. All right. I'm fucking. I
Jeff,
hate this.
all good. Oh my God!
I don't know how to fix it.
I'm gonna make jokes, but we're good.
It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. Anyway, all right, you guys. Maurice is a tree hugger. I mean, I like trees. They're pretty cool. I used to call myself, well, I still kind of do, call myself like I'm a well-armed hippie, like I advocate for peace. I like the family. I don't like war. But I also believe that you need to be a leader and be well-armed to defend yourself and your family. But yeah, tree hugger, I like nature. Nature's pretty cool. I grew up out in the woods, man. It's just,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Oh man, let's shut this one down, brother.
All right, you guys. Maybe we'll be back on Friday. I hate committing to this stuff because, dude, I literally I don't know where it went. It's gone. It's fucking gone. I don't know why why is it like this? I'm not sure. I did it. All right, I got it. Okay, I fixed it. We're good.
We're
My
professionals,
God.
guys. We're professionals.
I hate technology.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
All right. But so we're going to try to get back on Friday. But Monday I'm going to be busy. You guys can check out my profile at La Native Patriot. It says right underneath there. I'll be hanging out with the Pacific Northwest Gorilla. He's a pretty cool guy. And I guess we'll just keep on keeping on. Just follow our profiles for more updates. You guys take care. God bless you all. God bless America. Keep up the good fight. Don't give up hope. And if you believe that you're a target of being swatted, just inform your local sheriff, and so that way you can prevent bad things from happening. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, you got anything to say before we get out of here, Steve?
Not really, man. I'm glad to be back in the saddle. But it crash.
Yeah. Hey, I did include our sponsors down beneath. I know we didn't play the commercial tonight, but shopwithamerica.us. If you guys wanted to sign up there and start supporting American companies, please do. Let them know that the Patriots Prayer Network sent you. and that way you can start buying American. We are in economic warfare. We can only do so much as individual citizens, but one of the things we can do is vote with our dollar, and that's buying American. Plus, you avoid all the stupid tariffs from overseas, so you don't got to worry about any of this whole tariff talk if you just shop with American companies. That's kind of the whole point, isn't it? So go to shopwithamerica.us. Let them know we sent you. Sign up. Get American-made products delivered to your door within 2 days. Support American companies. God bless you all. God bless America. We'll see you on Friday, maybe. Peace.
Possibly.
Possibly.